Can Alex read the book?
Yeah.
Oh, good, she can read.
I feel like I probably could have gone elsewhere, but just kind of went right here.
What that mouse do? Uh-oh, that's what it do.
Uh-oh.
Did you just break the chair?
No knowledge of what was to
Oh,
come,
fuck.
nor did I care. How the knowledge changed me, it will also change you. As you read this, you will come to learn fear as I have.
What a cool gift for your granddaughter.
Will come
Time to ruin your
understand,
life.
Or you will
I
perish.
hope you did not enjoy peace.
I work at a fucking Chili's to go. What makes you think I'm prepared for this?
See beyond the veil of our reality.
Ah,
To see
yes.
those who dwell behind.
Now
My
he sounds a
life
little
now
less
has
jaunty
purpose.
Irish.
A little,
For I
yeah.
have learned the frailty of flesh and bone.
This is a crazy photograph from
Ancient
Persia.
Persian 26 BC.
Here on the D-pad, where I'm Rick.
Oh my god, I'm Jeff.
I'm Dave.
This is Eternal Darkness.
Sanity's Requiem.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're speaking
quote
quote-unquote Latin.
Yeah.
I appreciate the
the
effort.
Yeah.
Quam primum, Centurio Augustus. I would like to compliment you once more on your battle tactics.
Yeah,
they
they
gave
play
it
it
up.
up for like
Our
one
enemies.
Okay,
dialogue bit,
okay.
and they're like, okay, we're not
No,
gonna
that's
do
a
this all
common thing where people speak like
Do you
Gaelic,
believe
and
that
then
it
the
really
next scene
fades
is
into
just
the-
speaking English.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
do not doubt our emperor's beliefs.
But yeah, this is Eternal
Or his
Darkness,
orders.
Sanity's Requiem.
But if we are to
This is the
retrieve
first time
the
playing
artifact,
through it for myself
must be
and my
strong.
brother here.
I got a feeling this guy's gonna die pretty soon.
I'm going to give you an instruction at exactly one point during this.
Okay.
And I'll explain why when we get there, but it is an important one.
Okay.
And it is the only instruction that I will give for this entire thing.
All right. I have no idea what that means, so game on. Like I said, I know nothing about this game. I never.
looks like
Oh, he looks like he's having. That's the
a
mopiest
tantrum.
walk.
Look, he just got here from Civ 3, okay? He's busy.
Always play as the
Quite
Roman
a departure
Empire.
from. What
Man
you
is
would-
half asleep, though.
I know, right? Quite a departure from what we would have seen last episode in the Spencer Mansion house.
Yes.
Where it was dark as shit in the night.
We're engaging in an adventure across time and space. This is gonna be. There's a lot that's going on here.
Okay. Don't stand in the middle of the five tomes.
I suppose let's walk in the center of the creepy rocks. I suppose if I'm going to miss something that's particularly cool or interesting, feel free to poke me in a
Oh, yeah.
direction. But
You just what the fuck?
I don't think there was anything else to find.
Oh,
in that
apologies for
house.
any crackles, by the way. This is we're doing this through the Wii HD that has issues with like really intense sounds sometimes, so there might be some crackles here or there.
The dais on the floor is finely crafted, inlaid with gold and gems that Pius can't identify. A strong and linear design is situated in the middle and is equally unknown to the Roman soldier.
Okay. So now I've got a sword.
Killing your weapon durability hitting against the wall, Dave.
Bruh, I have to practice 100 swings a day. I'm supposed to be a legionnaire?
I mean, at least if
I
you're-
hear something. I want to deal with that first.
if you're ever in a horror game,
It might be you.
If
also.
you showed up with like actual armor and a gladius, I'd feel pretty good.
I mean, I'd feel better than not having it.
Like,
Yeah,
Alex
fair.
came in and all she could do was a weak ass right hook.
Yeah, the decorations on the wall are a mixture of ancient cultures, civilizations that have long since turned to dust. Perhaps this dungeon is all that remains of them.
Based on what?
The designs on the walls.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
This is it,
I just said that. A shaft descends toward the next lower level. A ladder is situated on one side of the shaft.
Okay.
I feel like the detail is not necessary if you can see that with your eyeballs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know
there-
about that one.
There's a
but,
couple of examines where I'm like, yeah, we could see it.
but then it does throw me off if I examine something and it's just like it zooms in on the picture of the lady and then nothing happens.
Here,
I'm like,
you could see it, right?
The details
do
are.
you want a closer look at the lady?
The details are occasionally slightly D&D you've entered a room coded.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do like it though.
Yeah. A ladder leads into the dank heart of the labyrinth. Danger lurks beneath, yet Pius' courageous resolve does not buckle. Should Pius climb down the ladder?
You shall.
Should he? Probably not.
I was going to say, you're going to learn over time in the course of this game. Anytime the game asks you a question, should blank do blank, the real answer is no.
Yeah, no, go home.
I see something over there. But
I
want-
think you're looking at the ladder, but also there's a skeleton.
Well, most of us
No
don't.
detail needed
Examine.
Well,
Well,
it's a door.
it's a skeleton.
there. Oh god, a Hellraiser cube?
He's so afraid of it. Stay away from my Yahtzee.
I fell asleep on the floor.
Oh god, that was a rager.
What time is it?
Did you go to Bacchanal last night?
I think I'm gonna be late for work. The fuck?
Fuck you, fire.
Yeah. This game takes a special joy in fucking with the player in ways that will become more apparent as we play.
Can I swing at the legs?
Nope, but you can stab the head so it doesn't exist anymore.
Does that say finish
Finish him, yep. Where'd all that blood come from?
Why is stabbing you once more in the butt?
Oh, it disappeared.
Yeah. Why is stabbing you once more in the ass kill you as opposed to hi?
What a sneaky little bastards.
Unfortunately for you, I've played Dark Souls.
Whoop.
Oh, I have a health meter now.
Okay.
Health meter. This meter represents life energy. Every time a character takes damage, the level will get lower. When it reaches 0, character will die. This function allows the manipulation of inventory items within the current room. Oh, so anything in the room?
I think if you've discovered something, you can technically use it from a distance.
You guys see the little blinky eye on the seal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What, me?
He's trying to
Very,
read the tutorial, Jeff. Don't make fun of him for learning.
No, I
It's
can
very
see.
odd
He's
world.
looking. It is, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's part of a skull. Equip this function allows the current character to ready a weapon. Check. This function allows the examination of objects within the inventory. Pressing L or R allows switching back and forth between sections within the interface. So we got...
Oh, there's
we
a
have
map.
Okay, cool. This looks like...
You just have access to your
That's-
cutscenes
oh,
whenever you
cutscenes.
want.
Yeah,
Okay.
cutscenes and...
some options.
Oh, look.
and then-
Different skulls open up their eyes.
Oh,
when
yes,
you're on
because the
different
eyes
sets.
indicate which page you're on.
Exactly,
okay.
yeah. If you go down
I
or
wanted
left
to
or right.
check.
Press left, maybe? Or B?
Oh, I have to press A and then check. This is a gladius, the standard weapon of the Roman army. A short, double-edged sword with a sharp triangular point. The gladius was designed primarily for hacking and chopping at the enemy, but could be used to pierce armor as well. Isn't that wrong? Isn't the gladius made for stabbing? They were supposed to have their shield up, and then they would
I thought
step
they used
in
spears
thrust.
for that usually.
Well, they would lead off with the spear, but you'd break the spear eventually, or you lose it
Yeah.
in someone, and then the last ditch before they blow the whistle and you shuffle in the formation. I used to love this fucking history. Is the gladius, but the whole point was it was a short thrusting sword.
Yeah,
so
okay.
you would shield.
I mean,
push
the
them back,
benefit
step
of-
forward, thrust, and then fall back.
I can say the benefit of a lot of swords, especially so long as they like came to a point over a slightly longer distance as opposed to like very quickly ending with some of like the more longsword stuff, is so long as it's got any kind of angle to it whatsoever, you can basically stab anybody with that as long as it's a thin enough blade.
Oh, I mean, 100%. If it's pointy, you can stab someone with
Yeah,
it. But
Gladius is it is good for stabbing.
it is correct that, as far as I know, and I could be talking out my ass and getting roasted in the future, but I feel like I remember
What?
this.
We never get roasted in the comments.
Yeah, that's
No,
fair.
it's like
but a double-edged sword, yes, and it has a sharp triangular
Yeah.
point. That's correct. But just the hacking and chopping at the enemy, I don't think is right.
it was designed for multifunctional use.
Yeah.
Like it is hack and choppable, but I would
That was
say
interesting.
straight up stabbing is the goodbye.
Right in the bum.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Alex. She's got to find a gladius herself.
Yeah. Man, maybe she should train as a Roman legionnaire for a while.
Should have a shotgun.
Am I
in
a
that.
legionary or am I a centurion?
You are. I mean, they call you Centurio.
I think
so.
you
I
are.
think
the
I might be the
centurion.
centurion, yeah. Or the centurio or whatever.
So he kind of walked in here.
A strange granite block lies on the floor. We have to put it in its place before Zero catches up with us.
Pius has picked up a granite block.
Spooky.
Yeah, it
ambient
does
music.
like using the ambience.
Yes, the sound
wrong
design in
way.
this game is very carefully done.
But excuse me.
So watching for stun lock is going to be something to keep in mind.
Yeah, you really have to get the first hit, and then you can just...
Well, then you can lock them,
Yeah.
but
Splort. Splort goes the pile of bones.
It's like walking around in a circle, slamming the B button, being like, hello, stab him in the ass, please.
Yeah.
There's another door, but I mean, I probably need...
Yeah, you probably want this.
This is a strange granite block again.
Oh, the cube of centuries.
there's got to be a market out there for voices where they're like, So what we're gonna have you do is random atonal singing in a forgotten language when
Yeah.
something spooky happens. Oh yeah, that's my bread and butter.
Now I'm really good at that. You go,
Who else wants an L? We got one more.
You got the
Piping
variant
hot.
where you've got someone who's like, "Hey, just as a stipulation in my contract, can I be sure to not do any like particularly insensitive sounding interpretations of stuff? That'd be preferable."
Oh,
honestly.
no.
Can you give us your best?
Oh, so we're going. Oh, maybe you know what? I'm gonna pass on this, but I got a buddy who's really into it. So
This game isn't weirdly set in the Middle East or anything, right?
we're not gonna do any insensitive tropes about the Persian Empire, are we? Oh, we are. Oh,
Okay.
A strange
What is
granite
this
block
fucking
lies on the
portal?
floor.
How many cubes we
yeah.
gonna
Someone
get?
just keeps dropping shit on the floor. Oop, hello.
It sure doesn't like. It doesn't give me any camera control, right?
Not to my knowledge.
No,
No.
it just feels like a Resident Evil situation.
A little more like Resident Evil Remake, which, to be fair, also was a GameCube game.
Yeah.
Or sorry, yeah, I guess it was just still Resident Evil for that.
Yep.
Because then Resident Evil HD Remaster was
I
the
think we
version
go down
that
the
came
pit.
out like 7-8 years ago.
Really want to see a skeleton come from around the corner and be
Fuck
like,
those fires. Rick starts giggling every time because he sees me run back a step.
It's honestly because, like, this is literally, it's the very first of so many ways the game is going to mess with you.
I thought that somebody had shot a projectile at you and it hit the wall next
Me
to you.
too.
and
I thought it was
like,
getting an arrow
"Oop."
shot at my ass. I think that's part of why Rick was also excited for this is that the bars across the door block Pius's exit.
There are
from the
certain
room.
tricks the game pulls that don't work as well once you've played the game.
Yeah.
So
for that, yeah.
Yeah. It's a big part of when we did Sonic 06. It was the same reason I was like, Jeff, you should play as much of this as you can because it's not going to hit the same way for me having already played and experienced this.
Fucking hit
Now he
already.
looks scared. I mean, it's the same thing if you the first time someone's played Metal Gear Solid and they do like the Psycho Mantis fight.
Yeah. I remember I had heard vaguely about it before, so I was at least a little familiar.
I won't go
but
into it. It's a Wikipedia article away if you want to find out.
Yeah.
But if you ever plan on playing it,
experience it for yourself. It's a fun
great.
puzzle.
Run! Line them up.
The fun part is seeing some of the stuff and being like, oh, I kind of remember this room. There are a couple rooms that are very like this that roll.
I love that your sword is making punch noises.
Whack.
Like you stabbed them with it and it went.
You may not need to execute every dude because they will eventually die on their own, as you're seeing.
Oh,
I think if you've disarmed literally some enemies, then they will just die on their
hit
own.
him in the
after
head.
that.
Yeah, I suppose. I've just been insurance, double tap rules. Strange granite block rests in the middle of the dais. When we get back to interesting things, I'm going to have you guys read them, but it's been that same granite block comment 4 times now. I can only assume it has something to do with these colored things on the wall.
That's ridiculous. The wall is prominently decorated with a strange line symbol carved into the granite. Cut into the wall is a square hole lined with scratches as though something has been removed from it.
Oh, I'll help you find it.
This is where you use stuff from
I was
going to
say, I think
okay.
this is where use comes in.
My hand does not know where the
Jesus. Okay.
my hand was looking for the start button in the wrong place.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Just
This
out of
Sanctum has
curiosity.
RGB lighting.
One thing that's really nice about the GameCube is that there's only one button in the middle of the console, in the
True.
controller.
I have not taken any accidental screenshots yet.
I hit. You gotta close than that.
Okay.
Every time I use the Switch, I will inevitably try to hit pause and hit the home button instead.
I think it is a universal truth that 80% of everyone's screenshots on their Twitch are of menus.
Yeah,
On Switch, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. We're just like, whoops.
Random shit that you didn't mean to take a screenshot.
Oh,
of.
100%.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I've been trying to learn how to play Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah.
And, oh boy, I don't normally play on a Switch anyway, so it's when it's like, press X, I press the wrong button.
Yeah.
You have a Pro controller, right, though?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So that's at least in the same orientation
Same
the
shape,
SNES did.
but, like, still the buttons aren't the same as where they are on an Xbox controller.
yeah.
All right. Practical problem solving done. Oh, what does it say? The hole is filled with a granite block. It cannot be removed as though it is magically sealed into place.
Magically. Every time I play Magic the Gathering Chandelar, I always name my character Magical Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Magic Johnson?
Through the puzzle
No,
door.
I'm the other one. I'm Magical Johnson.
Is it me? It's letting me target.
I wonder if you'll have to fight that.
You know, the thought comes to my mind.
3, 2, 1, it starts moving.
Or we leave.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, as a Roman soldier, I'm
Knee-high
defeated by
wall.
knee-high walls.
That's the skirt's a little tight, so
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to
It
show
wouldn't
my
be
balls.
proper. I only do that in a bathhouse surrounded by other men.
This
I
is
can't do
before.
that here.
This is before.
Pius, you must prove your worth by destroying this statue. Pressing R will enable Pius to select which target to attack.
So, did it want me
Pressing
to
R.
run from all of those earlier?
I mean, possibly you're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Releasing R slightly and then pressing it again will cycle between multiple targets. Pius can attack specific body parts while locked onto an enemy by moving the control stick and pressing A. Use up to attack the head, use left and right to attack the arms.
Yeah, so I naturally figured that out in a panic in the first 3 seconds of the game.
Pius, prove your worth through vandalism.
Beat up this statue. It's gonna get you. It's coming at you. It's gonna get you, Pius.
One of my favorite sound effects in Dungeons of Dreadmore. There
That's
are
a
statues
throwback.
you can destroy for XP, and when you destroy them, a voice goes, "Heroic vandalism."
I will say there's some fun, like, metatextual and contextual
I'm fucking
things that'll be fun to
stuck
discuss
hitting
as we
this
go
wall.
further
It's
in.
not a great time.
I think
Your sword can impact the walls, and it
Yeah.
makes it so the attack doesn't really go through.
overwhelm is the mechanic that these things will use to do damage to.
Yeah.
100%. If I can even line them up at all, I can tear them up, but...
A button attached to a small pylon softly illuminates the room. A bizarre energy seems to radiate from it. Should Pius push the button?
Not yet. For once, we're
The
gonna wait.
credits roll. It's like, good answer.
Yeah, for once, we're gonna wait a second.
Pius lived and sired many children.
Yeah,
At the end.
Pius retired
lived to
from
the-
the army.
He lived to the ripe old age of 41.
Became a senator who didn't really get involved in any of that crazy stuff and just kind of had a good life.
He moved to outer Greece in his late life at 31.
First mention of the
Created
Huns.
delicious olive oil.
Oh, good. Go stand in front of the weird obelisk.
He's done it once
again.
before. What harm could this one do?
I guess.
Fortunately, Pius's courage pushed him forward.
Oh no, it sent us to an even danker dungeon than this one.
Oh no,
I
you
hate
were
the
right.
Chronicles.
Fucking I knew it.
Okay, this is the part where you have to do something specific.
Okay.
So I'm going to lightly spoil what's literally about to happen. You're going to be selecting one of these objects, but only one of them. This does two different things. Functionally, or at least ultimately, this basically is a difficulty selector.
Okay.
Because
Oh.
whichever of these you choose determines the god that is going to be the primary force prominent through the rest of this game. These three things also line up with three of the meters that you're going to have. You've only got health right now, but you're also going to get a mana meter, which is blue, and a sanity meter, which is green. Whichever of these you choose, enemies will primarily do damage to that meter first. And once that meter is empty, you will start taking other kinds of damage.
Huh.
You should take blue. Blue is essentially the easiest of the three difficulties. Not so much an easy mode, more of a normal, a hard, and a very hard. Green is kind of the middle difficulty, and red is the hard one. Because you're going to take health damage along with other stuff anyway, but you'll take less with the blue or the green. When your mana or sanity run out, you will then start taking health damage at a much higher rate than you were before.
Which one's the coolest?
Blue. Honestly, like, blue, green, red is generally the order people play the game in.
Okay.
Red is brutal on your first playthrough. It's a lot. You'll die a shitload.
Okay.
Green is more because sanity. When your sanity is low, I will mildly spoil. When your sanity starts to get low, you start experiencing sanity effects in the game that fuck with your ability to get stuff done.
Okay.
So doing that on your first run through is also really disruptive, and it's more meant to say, okay, you've beaten blue, you've beaten the first version of the game. Now we're gonna start like screwing with you a little more intensely, and then red is like, okay, fine, that wasn't enough. Now we're just gonna try to kill you as fast as possible.
Okay.
So I would recommend taking blue.
I'm after which has the coolest story as far as the
story's functionally identical.
Okay.
The Metroid.
Then I suppose the Metroid it is.
Shaped like a delicate dome, a pale blue statuette floats gracefully above the pedestal. Should Pius claim this artifact?
I'm just going to inspect the others.
Yeah, that's fair. Red-clawed worm mysteriously floats above the pedestal. Dark green emerald, a warped angel. It actually reminds me of the symbol of Solaris from Sonic 06, weirdly enough.
It's funny that it says floats effortlessly, like the artifact has to try to float.
It's like, we got this. Dude, I love Metroid Prime.
My natural inclination would be to choose the hardest instance of this game, but if the story is functionally the same...
Yeah, story's basically the same, and also the level of difficulty increase is going to be probably too much for a first time through the game. It is very difficult.
If I was playing by myself, I probably would have gone for that. Playing for content purposes, I have chosen the one where we'll see things that aren't me dying over and over again.
That's also probably a good
We're a
call,
spooky
too.
skeleton
Oh,
now. No.
boy.
Dun, dun, dun,
But my
dun,
olive oil
dun.
farm.
Eons have passed.
I was about to say
since
how
then,
many years passed
and
while
I
he
have
was
learned
like...
much. All at once, I understood.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Alex is still reading a fucking
Forces
book.
of the multiverse all made sense under the transcending power of Ulyath. No mountain too high. No city
Ain't no mountain too
far.
high. Ain't no city
Face
too
me,
far.
and you shall surely perish.